Hello, how you doing? This is for our first segment. I'm actually going to be in the shots. I'm going to take you on a little tour of my yard. It's a little noisy around here today, but after a lot of hard work, got some of the trees up and started. Some of the blackberry bushes, total of about 16 of them, and so that's what we're doing today. So I'm going to show you how to plant your own vegetables and also some of your own fruit trees and berry plants. Okay. Okay. Right here is my Georgia peach. This tree here is approximately about 2 years old. It's kind of touch and go with this tree. Got it at a nursery in California. It was roughly about 1.5 feet when it came here. All my trees were. This one here was put in this year. This one here is approximately about 5 feet tall. This one here, the tallest limb you can see, is a little over 6 feet. Basically, they've been fed a diet of. Let me see here. This is weeds and leaves. That's what it is. I use that as a mulch. You're always going to grow weeds, and I just found a way to recycle them and use them for a purpose of helping your trees sustain themselves. So I just put around 4 to 6 inches around the tree, and they feed on it, and it also stimulates microorganisms. So I recommend everyone to use what's already in the garden. Don't keep running out to these stores buying bales of hay and also that wood mulch. What is it, like $4 or $5 a bag? Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next tree. Okay. This is an apple tree. This is a very good quality tasting apple. I remember when I first got it, I did a little research. I went to the grocery stores, which I did with all of my fruit here, except for the cherries. And I tasted a couple of varieties of apples and found out the ones that I liked, and then I got on a mission to try to track them down and get them as little, what they call it, little trees at the ship, bare root trees. This one here is approximately it's a little over 6 feet. This one here I bought a little while ago. I said about 2 years ago. And same process here, which is I'm just feeding them weeds and also leaves from the fall. I use it as a mulch. It also breaks down and it helps feed the trees. But this tree here is a pretty sturdy, healthy tree. On the side here, maybe you can see it, maybe you cannot, but this one here is a Fuji. Fuji is a very good tasting apple. It's a crisp, very sweet, juicy apple, and that's the reason why that's growing here. Also, right behind here is a Granny Smith. And the Granny Smith is always, a classic because it's tart yet sweet. You can use it for cooking. You can use it for fresh eating, and that's why that's there. Also, these trees have the ability to cross-pollinate. That's very important when you're selecting trees that require pollination. These trees are very healthy. They're inexpensive to grow. Very much inexpensive. Very so. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you something I'm going to do here. I'm going to take these roots, I'm going to change the hormonal balance in these trees. I'm going to lay this over like this here. And what it will do is it cause the tree to grow more spur wood. Spur wood is where you, without sounding too complex about it, spur wood is where you get all your fruit from. And so what you do is you just kind of lay this over and you pin it so that it will create spur wood instead of just growing up horizontal like this here. Okay, so we're going to move to another tree, and then from there look at some other things. This is my pear tree. It's bark that and it's the tallest tree in the yard. This one again is another tree that produces what they call little spurs that produce fruit. Now this tree here, I'm not gonna do the same thing with the apple trees I'm doing with this one here. This tree here is about I want to say about a little over 2 years old. What I did is when I first got this tree is I cut it back real hard. I cut all of this off. The tree was about 12 inches tall once I finished, about a little, maybe 14, and I cut it back. So what I wanted to do is establish a better rooting system. So that's something that I did. Also, the trees have been fed, again, a diet of weeds and also what we call leaves. So this tree here is a very good, strong tree. It's growing extremely well. I'm not having any issues with it right now. I'm going to take you over here to a tree that when I first started doing this tree was dying, and so got on the internet and got some information, and now the tree's healthy as I don't know what. Here's a tree was touch and go. If you look at some of my earlier videos, this tree had nothing growing on it. Now it's got all this fresh wood. All the leaves are bright and shiny. This was a tree that a lot of people would have given up on because for a whole year when it first came into my care, this tree did not do well. I mean, I was beginning to think myself that I was going to lose this tree, and so we're doing the same thing we did with the other trees. One thing about giving it a healthy diet of this right here. This is the stuff here. Right there again. Weeds. I feed them weeds and they do extremely well. Everything that I have is fed a diet of weeds, and the weeds are very good for your plants. They, like I said earlier, it stimulates microorganisms, and the microorganisms they excrete certain materials that the plants need that are very high in nitrogen, phosphorus, and so those things are very important. So just keep in mind, sometime when you're weeding in your yard, don't necessarily rule out that weeds could be beneficial, which in fact they are. So I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna show you some other plants. And this is a plant here that was, as I said again, at the brink of almost throwing it away, and it's doing a lot better this year. This is a blackberry. I think it's what they call a lock dance, I'm not sure, but that's what was on the packaging. And that tree also was almost dead, and it's doing extremely well. If you see what's around it is decayed weeds. That's what's around it. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now this here is a raspberry. This is not the prettiest looking raspberry, but here's what this is my first. Put it like this: this is my first time growing raspberry, and even sometimes when I come over and I'm take a look at the size of the raspberries, they're healthy. Oh, these are ripe. These are ripe. That's good. That's very good. Nice and sweet. I don't have a lot of them because I've been eating them all week. That's a very nice and sweet one. Now, what's going on here? This raspberry, which I'm learning something. The more you take off, oh yeah, this one is was eaten by some type of insect, but they left me some. So these here, when you get the ones that are already matured, like this one here, this one here is eaten by an insect as well. Sometimes they do that. Got to take the bad with the good. This one here, This looks incredible. Apple sweeter than the others, but they're doing well. Now this plant was purchased at Walmart. I'm not putting any ads out there for them, but these are very healthy plants. Plus, I like the thing about it is the warranty on their plants. It's a 1-year warranty, so I guess I won't be collecting my warranty because this one's doing extremely well. And look at that! It's these plants are, now you get the plant, but these plants spread. These plants absolutely spread. So if you get a raspberry plant, keep it in the area where you want it. Don't let it get carried away. Now this is a weed here that I just pulled, and all I do is take that and I stick it down in there like that, and I let it decay. It will feed my plants. Okay, this is the cherry tree, one of them. This is called a starlet. It's doing very well. Nice shiny leaves. It's growing again at the base. Lots and lots of compost. Now this is a tree here that I had issues with. Let me show you about this tree here. This tree, there we go. The scion here, and this tree died. So it's producing another tree out of the I'll take this off here because we want to just have it concentrate on one growth. So this tree died, the scion. And then it's just sent up another shoot, and the shoot's doing very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it get big enough, and then I'm going to put another scion on it, so I'll still get my tree. Too hot out here. I'm going to end this video. Climbing up at 90, I can feel it. In a bag. You just look down here, and you'll see watermelons growing from a 40-pound bag of manure. Little fun project I'm starting on. Here's another one with honeydew. There we go. They're growing from a bag. Got to water them tonight. Never watered on the hot sun. And these are my grapes. You see them there. They are doing extremely well. This year I didn't feed or water them, and they seem to do a lot better when you do that. I peeled back the leaves so that the sun could get to the actual grapes. Not a lot, but next year will be better with these grapes. I discovered a few things I want to do. These are the grapevines. They really take off. Very vigorous plant. This is a Bing cherry tree. Hope you can see it. That's a Bing. It's gotten big. It's really doing well. That one again I cut back to a foot last year. And that right there is the tortellini. It is a small tree, basically. It will grow about 6 feet tall, 8 feet tall maybe. And that's it. This is my strawberry boxes. I'm see, can I zoom in here so you can see them better? Look at that. Beautiful. And there's another one over here. Can't leave without talking about this plant. This is going to be one of the stars of the show. This is a, can you guess? This is a kiwi plant. Handsome kiwi. And the thing I like about it, it does not need a second plant to produce fruit. It is capable of producing upwards to 75 to 100 pounds of fruit a year once it is 2 or 3 years old. And over here, that is basil and more basil. The way to get them to bush out is to pinch away the centers here. We call it pinching. You take that out and it'll produce, this one hasn't been done yet. This one has about a week ago. So it's going to get really bushy. Okay, some more plants. I don't remember what those were. I don't remember what these are. But these are some kind of onions. I forgot what those are. All right. Okay, this is it's gotten crazy though. I mean, really crazy. This is a peach tree. It is over God, it's gotten dark. Next to it is a Georgia. Next to it is a Georgia. But look at it. This will produce sweet peaches next year. It's all set to go. This right here is a pear tree, Bartlett, I believe. This is another, which is a Duchess pear, Dutch pear. Another very sweet pear. So these two little trees up here in the shade are supposed to be plums, but I think they're the same ones. Someone told me that these plums are incredibly sweet. We'll see. The next biggest and bushiest tree, same age